was understanding myself, wasn't really good in economics, during my 12th grade, was trying to understand what is MDR, what does it mean for the consumer out there. Essentially, if you buy, let's say, an electronic appliance for about 50,000 rupees, and there is a said MDR that is to be paid on that, for the, for example, let's just take 0.03% MDR, then about 150 rupees goes towards the bank or the payments processor or the NPCI or the ecosystem, all of that collectively, but the customer still pays 50,000 rupees, if I'm not wrong. Can you help the viewers understand what is this MDR? Are this zero MDR policy, is it really financially unsustainable, and what are we looking at the moment?
So thanks a lot. And I know this can be a lot of jargon and it can be, very confusing for people. So let's try to simplify it.
Yes, please. Yes, please.
So what has been happening so far is we have cash, right? Cash is our default mode of payment before UPI came into our lives. And at that time, everyone thinks cash is basically free. There is no actual, cost to us of using cash. So now, when you have to switch a person from one mode of payment to another mode of payment, and cash is already free, then your other mode of payment should also be free, right? Because when we use a credit card for payment, for example, that costs us something because we have to pay our credit card charges, and we also have to sometimes pay a fee for having a credit card. But credit card companies also try to entice us, right? By giving us rewards, by giving us points, miles, etc. Now, the MDR being waived off at that time was a way of attracting consumers towards using UPI. Now, but 10 years later almost, the situation is totally different. Today, UPI is our default mode of payment. Many of us don't carry cash anymore. Even the smallest transactions, at a thela wala or a kirana store across the country are happening with this QR code from people's mobiles. So, what do you actually see? In that situation, the cost of delivering UPI, that is now something that companies are saying, look, we've borne this cost for almost 10 years. We've had some subsidies from the government for about 5 to 6 years of that time. But now that cost is increasing. And also, we no longer have to push consumers to actually, do this transaction. They are going to do it anyway. So now we can come in and at least on the transactions which are high value, apply a certain MDR so as to recoup our costs.
Okay. I'm also being told that Professor Misra has gone a little bit AWOL. I'm absolutely fine with that because that gives us more time with Mithali here. Mithali, so basically, when we're asking this question, whether this is the end of the free UPI era, the answer to that is no, because it wasn't free, quote unquote, to begin with in the first place. There is a processing fee that is, going behind the doors. Who ultimately bears the MDR in the long run then, Mithali? Because consumers out there are going to be worried whether this product that's costing us 60,000 rupees is going to be costing us a little bit more than the 60,000 rupees that the MRP is. Help us navigate that particular question.
So at this point in time, I think the proposal that has been brought in is to, levy the MDR on the merchant, not on the consumer. So, like, say, for example, I come to your store and I want to buy a sari from you, which is my favorite example and scenario because, we're talking about saris. And at the end of the day, you say that I'm going to charge you a small fee, 50 rupees for using this particular payment mode as opposed to if you gave me cash. That is what is meant by MDR. The merchant is the person who will be, bearing that cost. I will not get that 50 rupees charge on my bill. So it's always going to be at the back end where the merchant has to pay the UPI provider. That could be Bheem, that could be Google Pay, that could be Amazon, whichever UPI provider the merchant is choosing to have.